certainly been a special year, and to be honest, like after last year, I was kind of like, well, how do we top doing what we did last year? And somehow, some way, every single person in our locker room believed, and to be honest, this year was probably more special than last year.
Another game, another rookie record for Caitlin Clark. In a 110-109 victory over the Dallas Wings Sunday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the rookie sensation Caitlin Clark dropped 35 points, a career high for her, against the Dallas Wings to help the Indiana Fever get their 110-109 victory.
Caitlin Clark drops career high, 35 points in record-shattering Fever. Win over Wings. Kelsey has 30. Caitlin Clark from the Indiana Fever has been capturing the attention of the world in the WNBA with her exceptional abilities and expertise on the court, while her fast-earned fame has generated criticism from some fans and veterans, not only in the league, but also in the NBA. Her performance in the game against the Dallas Wings was a clear message to the haters that she is and will continue to be the best rookie the league has ever seen by achieving a career-high 35 points. In a scoring frenzy, the Fever took down the Wings 110-109 in their final regular season home game. With that victory, Indiana is now 2019, securing its most wins in a season since 2015. Despite Clark being the center of attention for the Fever, she did not do it alone. Her teammates, including Kelsey Mitchell, with a career-high 30 points, played a big part in providing several key assists to Caitlin Clark, setting her up for open shots, which eventually led to their victory. Before we continue, could you do me a quick favor? If you enjoy this content, please like the video and hit subscribe. It's free for you, but means a lot to us. Thanks for your support. Now, let's get back to the video. Let's look at how the game went. The first quarter of the game was as intense as anyone could expect, since both teams wanted to win. The Wings scored first with a layup by Satu Sabali, and the Fever did not let it slide. To get one over their opponents, Nalissa Smith went straight to the rim and made a basket to get the Fever started.
Triple-double back on Friday after they took one away at the end of the game. Smith driving and Smith finishing to get it started. But
Nalissa went on to score again, securing more points for the Fever. Lexie Hull passed her the ball, and Nalissa got past the defense and scored 2 more points.
Oh, looking inside for Smith on the shot fake and muscles her way through.
6 minutes left into the first quarter, the Wings were flying over the Fever on a 16-8 run. Nalissa and Aaliyah Boston made up for Indiana's scoring during that stretch. Arike Ogunbowale, a 2-time WNBA All-Star MVP who went to Notre Dame, had 5 points in that span for the Wings. Clark didn't let this slide. Near the end of the first quarter, she made a 3-pointer at the 3:51 mark.
Clark on a step back, buries a 3.
Sabali answered with her own 3 for Dallas. With 2 minutes left to the end, Temi Fagbenle made a 3 for the Fever. The Wings did not stop there. At 1:20, Erica Wheeler sunk a 3 as well. And at the end of the first quarter, Fever was down 30-24 after Wheeler's shot. In the second quarter, Clark heated up for her team, and she wanted the smoke. Clark made a 3 for Fever's first points of the new quarter. At 8:20, she went to the free throw line and made all 3 of her attempts. With that, the Wings' lead was down to 36-32.
Part of the challenge that Dallas has had all year. Clark catch and shoot and knocks down her second 3. Very well.
At this point in the game, the fans could see the consistent effort of both teams to dominate the other. From there, the Wings rattled off 4 straight points to overtake the Fever. Clark stopped that run with a basket from 3 feet out. She stole a pass on the following Wings possession and nailed a 29-foot 3-pointer at 6:50.
To Fagbenle. Indiana will reset. Clark fire away. You bet. Come on.
With 6 minutes left in the second quarter, Mitchell made a 3-pointer to pull Indiana within 42-40, but the Wings could not have that. They had to show that they were better. Boston tied it up at 42-42 with a layup, but Natasha Howard broke the tie with a layup of her own. The Fever was on fire. Mitchell tied it up again with a step-back jumper.
The officials when she gets a bump instead of getting back in transition.
Mitchell buries a 3.
By the time the two teams went on for halftime, the Fever was in a close one with the Wings. Howard gave the Wings a 46-44 lead with back-to-back free throws. From there, the Fever went on a 7-0 run. The Wings and the Fever traded baskets back and forth. Sabally hit a 3 at 1:54 to pull Dallas within 55-53. This excited the fans as they watched the two teams trying to crash each other for the win. It's exactly what the fans had paid for. To be honest, when it comes to the Fever and the Wings, it's always a high-scoring affair. Their first matchup ended 101-93 in favor of the Wings, and the second was 193 in favor of the Fever. It was clear that each team wanted to prove to the other that they were the best. This was personal. The Wings went on a 4-0 run to retake the lead, but Mitchell tied things up at 57-57 with a jumper at 0:43. Sabally made both of her free throws right before the half. At this point in the game, Clark is 3 for 6 from long distance with 15 points and 4 assists. Mitchell also has 15 points, 3 for 8 from three-point range. The two were letting their skills sow the talking. Their pick-and-roll plays were particularly effective, with Mitchell often acting as the ball handler and Clark as the shooter. Yes, some people might hate on Clark for gaining fame early in her career as a rookie, but she is a good player in her own right. Despite being good at giving assists, she is also exceptional at shooting effective three-pointers in the heat of the game. Those capabilities don't come out of privilege. Behind the scenes, she has to train endlessly to perfect her exceptional abilities and expertise to give haters something to shut them up when she gets on the court. The same case goes for Mitchell. Both of them tried their best to get one over the Wings. At the beginning of the second half, Mitchell opened with 7 points. She scored the Fever's first 4 points of the second half. Clark added a pull-up jumper at 8:22, and the two were not done. At one point in the quarter, Boston faked a pass and found Mitchell under the basket, and she took advantage of that by scoring 2 more points for the Fever. On top of that, Mitchell scored a 3 at 7:43, and with this, she already had 7 points in the new half and 22 points for the game. The game went on with both teams at each other's throats. Not literally, of course. By the end of the third quarter, the Fever held a slim lead over the Wings. Boston scored the Fever's next 4 points, with both baskets coming on layups. Ogunbowale hit a 3 at 5:30 to tie it up at 70-70. From there, the Wings went on an 8-3 run. Mitchell clipped off the Wings' lead down with a basket at 3:24. Following this, Clark tied it up at 78-78 with a 3 at 1 minute later. Maddie Siegrist broke the tie shortly after Clark's big shot with a floating jumper. But that was not all. The teams kept scoring. Lexie Hull evened the score with 2 free throws a few minutes later. As if she had not had enough, Hull went to the free throw line again and broke the tie with back-to-back free throws. By this time in the game, Clark had broken the WNBA rookie single-season scoring record with 746 points. She had 22 points and 6 assists going into the fourth quarter. Mitchell leads the Fever with 27 points. With about 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the Fever held a 4-point lead against the Wings. Temi Fagbenle opened the fourth quarter with a basket, and Ogunbowale tied it up at 86-86. But the Fever retaliated. Clark broke the tie at 7:10. Seeing an opening, Clark took advantage, went from coast to coast, passed the defense, and scored a layup. With 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Clark took over the lead for the Fever. Clark nailed back-to-back 3 points to give the Fever a 96-88 lead at 4:19. But as expected, the Wings fought back. Ogunbowale made consecutive baskets for the Wing. Having made those baskets in the quarter, Clark was up to 33 points in the game, setting up a new career-high mark. In the final moments of the game, the Fever made a decisive push in an attempt to secure their victory over the Wings. With 2 left on the clock, Mitchell hit a crucial 3-pointer. This shot was significant for the Fever, as it tied the game and shifted the momentum in their favor. Following Mitchell's 3-pointer, Damiris Dantas stepped up and made 2 consecutive 3-pointers. These shots came at a critical juncture, with the first one giving the Fever a slight lead and the second one extending it further. Dantas's threes were a result of excellent ball movement and spacing, allowing her to find open looks from beyond the arc. With a minute and a few seconds left to the end of the fourth quarter, the Fever began to pull away. The back-to-back threes by Dantas had made an effect that the Wings struggled to overcome. For this, they tightened their defense in order to prevent the Wings from making a comeback in the final minute and secure a win. Although Sabally hit a 3 at the end for the Wings, it wasn't enough. The Fever had summed up a total of 110 points, and the Wings had 109. Victory went to the Fever. Following this victory for the Fever, in a post-game interview, Clark praised Mitchell and acknowledged that Mitchell's scored made an impact on their overall victory.
What you heard like today, and how did it feel you guys to this one?
Yeah, it's fun. Kelsey's obviously, she makes my life easier out there, and it's, it's hard to pick and choose when, both of us are on, like, at the 1 and 2 position. That just, like, puts the defense in a really tough spot, and I thought that 3 she made there in the fourth quarter was huge for us. And
Clark said that she enjoyed playing alongside Mitchell since she makes my life easier out there. With a career-high 35 points in that game, Clark racked up 761 total points, passing Simon Augustus for most points in a rookie season. Augustus, now a Hall of Famer, set the record in 2006, scoring 744 points for the Minnesota Lynx in her rookie year. In addition to Clark's career high in points, she chipped in 3 rebounds, 8 assists, and 3 steals. She also hit 6 three-pointers, just 1 shy of her career high. Mitchell was right behind Clark, scoring 27 points for the Fever in the game, while Sabally and Ogunbowale also dropped 27 points each for the Wings. Clark has certainly made her mark on the record books this season, breaking both rookie records and WNBA records alike. The 22-year-old guard broke the rookie records for assists and three-pointers in August before breaking the WNBA single-season assist record in September. She set the single-game assist record back in July with 19 assists when they were also playing against the Wings. Behind the trio of Clark, Boston, and Mitchell, the Fever broke an 8-year postseason drought to return to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. With victory over the Wings, the Fever got its 20th win of the season and has now clinched the 6th seed for the postseason. As much as some people, including veterans, want to hate on Clark for her fast-earned fame and fortune, her exceptional abilities on the court and the attention she brings to the WNBA have earned her that. The WNBA has been dead for over 20 years, and with Clark in the spotlight, the league is making more money since more people are paying directly or indirectly to watch her play. She has truly brought back the WNBA to life.